Because, I think for me, although I've done a lot of stuff online over the last year, I've been sort of engaging with fans online, I'm an in-person person.
Boy George is an English singer, songwriter, disc jockey, fashion designer, photographer, and record producer. He's the lead singer of the pop band Culture Club. At the height of the band's fame, during the 1980s, they recorded global hit songs such as Karma Chameleon, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, and Time, Clock of the Heart. Boy George is known for his soulful voice and his androgynous appearance. He was part of the British New Romantic movement, which emerged in the late 1970s to early 1980s. His music is often classified as blue-eyed soul, which is influenced by rhythm and blues and reggae. His look and style of fashion was greatly inspired by glam rock pioneers such as David Bowie and Mark Bolan. He was the lead singer of Jesus Loves You between 1989 and 1992. In 2015, Boy George received an Ivor Novello Award from the British Academy of Songwriters, Composers, and Authors for outstanding services to British music. In 2002, he was voted 46th in a BBC poll of the 100 Greatest Britons.
After this year, to see what it feels like to be back on stage, to be in charge of that, it's quite a nice responsibility, so I'm very excited about it.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is George Allen O'Dowd, but is also known as Boy George. He was born June 14, 1961 in Barnhurst, Kent, England, making him 60 at the time of this production. He stands 6 feet tall. Boy George loves to play and watch professional basketball games. Besides, he enjoys dancing and partying with his friends. He's also fond of pets, especially dogs, and considers them great companions. He also loves to read books. In fact, he's published his autobiography as well. In 1995, Boy George released the autobiography, Take It Like a Man. It soon became a bestseller in the UK. In 2005, he followed with a memoir called Straight, which also became a bestseller. Moreover, Boy George has his own fashion line called Be Rude. Over the years, his collections have appeared on shows in London, New York, and Moscow. As of now, Boy George is not dating anyone. It's obvious that there would be speculations about his sexuality due to his androgynous appearance when the band was at its peak. In 1983, when he was asked whether he preferred men or women, he said that he preferred both and that he was bisexual. In an interview 2 years later, he reiterated the same about his sexuality and stated that he had various boyfriends and girlfriends in the past. He began a relationship with band member John Moss in the 1980s. They were together for over 4 years. Many of the band's songs were influenced by their unstable relationship. The pressure to hide their relationship from the public began adversely affecting the band. The two split in 1985, and the band continued performing. In 1986, the band split as they weren't performing well after George and Moss had split, and the two couldn't stand each other. On the other hand, Boy George was rumored to be dating Martine McCutcheon in 2006. Boy George, in his autobiography, Take It Like a Man, in 1995, stated that he was actually gay and not bisexual. He also stated that he dated rock singer Kirk Brandon and band member John Moss.
We did do a live stream, but there was no people. So that's going to be the sort of really deciding factor. And I think, listen, when we play live, there's always so much love.
Boy George was raised alongside 5 siblings in a Catholic working-class family. He had to deal with a violent, abusive father while growing up. In his youth, he closely followed the growing New Romantic movement in the UK. Eventually, he moved to London, where he became strongly influenced by artists like David Bowie, Mark Bolan, and Patti Smith. Boy George started his career as a member of the group Bow Wow Wow. He then left to start his own band called Culture Club. Although the group recorded many demos, no one seemed to want to sign them to a record deal. Eventually, Virgin Records and Epic Records teamed up to represent the group, and they were able to release a debut album called Kissing to Be Clever in 1982. The album contained the smash hit Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, which topped the charts in nations around the world and reached the number 2 spot in the US. Their follow-up album was called Color by Numbers, and it became an even bigger success when it was released in 1983. The album contained smash hits like Church of the Poison Mind and Karma Chameleon, the latter of which topped the U.S. charts. As successful as they were within a short amount of time, Culture Club looked to be on its last legs when they released their third album, Waking Up with the House on Fire, in 1984. The album didn't perform as well as the previous two, although it still contained the popular hit The War Song. By the late 80s, Boy George was becoming more of a central figure, booking cameos on shows like A-Team and receiving tons of media attention for his alleged drug addiction. In the midst of this controversy, Culture Club released a fourth album entitled From Luxury to Heartache. The album featured the successful hit Move Away. Following the album's release, Culture Club disbanded. After receiving treatment for various drug addictions, Boy George released his first solo album in 1987. Entitled Sold, the album performed moderately well in the UK, but went almost completely unnoticed in the US, perhaps because George's drug charges prevented him from traveling to the States to promote this new solo career. After establishing his own record label in the late 80s, he continued to release a number of singles that were popular in the underground music scene. In 1992, he returned to prominence once again with the hit The Crying Game. The single was included on the soundtrack of the film The Crying Game, and it was his first major hit that became widely popular in the U.S. During the next period of Boy George's career, he veered towards electronic/dance music and became a well-known DJ in London. His next two albums, Cheapness and Beauty and the Uncuppable One-Man Bandit, reflected this change. Dance-oriented singles such as Love Is Leaving and When Will You Learn became successful in European markets. In the early 2000s, Boy George's sound became more in line with the electronica, as was made clear by his 2004 album, Yum Yum, released under the moniker The Twin. In 2009, he released the album Ordinary Alien, The Kinky Rollin' Files. In 2020, he released new solo tracks from his then upcoming album, Geminis Don't Read the Manual. In 2016, Boy George joined the 5th season of The Voice, replacing Tom Jones as a mentor. He mentored Cody Frost, who finished in 3rd place. He subsequently left The Voice and joined The Voice Australia. He continued acting as a coach for this show for many seasons. In 2017, he competed in the 8th season of Celebrity Apprentice, taking home 2nd place.
Them with a big smile on their face. You know, I'm going to feel like I'm a job done person. I'm much more excited once I've done the job. If you say, "Are you excited?" I say, "I get excited once I've nailed it."
It's been reported that Boy George is the highest paid coach with a whopping $3 million paycheck. Back in 2018, he signed a giant partnership deal, a worldwide touring deal with Culture Club through 2025, a movie deal with MGM Studios, and a publishing deal rumored to be with the multi-billion-dollar fund Primary Wave. And it's estimated he made over $20 million in 2019 only. Boy George's net worth is estimated to be around $50 million. He currently lives in a Gothic mansion located in the exclusive Hampstead area in London. Last year, he renovated his massive house, and it's been reported that he doesn't own any other property. Cars you'll find in his garage include a Ferrari 488 GTB, a Mercedes-Benz AMG SLS Black Edition, a Mercedes G65, a 1965 Mustang convertible, and a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro.